Tonight on the Overtime Champions Season 5, we have our top-rated league, the Semi-Pro Division, Group B. Two teams tonight making plays versus Syndicate. And our casting team tonight is going to comprise of Kella, Clutch Key, Bryce T, and I am Cajun Wise Guy in on the P-Row from the Bayou. Guys, how are we doing tonight?
We are doing great here, and like you said, this is the NAPC Season 5 group stage for the semi-pro between Making Plays and Syndicate. My name is Clutch Key, on your play-by-play. Joining us here on the color side is Bryce T. What's up, my man?
Doing great, Clutch. Just excited to see even more of this semi-pro play coming out in Season 5.
All right, so Season 5 is now underway. Week 1 is done, and that means we have a new map set coming into week number 2. So our first map between the first three is going to start off on the control point, Elios, to start off to see which team comes out with a victory here. Our second map is going to be Watch Point, Gibraltar, and our third map is Kingsville. So three very interesting maps and three very popular maps, I should say. But our first map is going to start off on Elios, so what are we looking for here?
Definitely depending on which version, or sorry, which specific map on Elios we're going to will change, depend on what teams are going to be running. You might be seeing a little bit of dive, you might be seeing a lot of brawl heavy comps. Definitely Pharah is almost a must-have on this this map set entirely. For running well, you might be seeing Orisa Hog. On Lighthouse, however, we're probably going to be seeing almost either a mixed dive or just a straight brawling comp, just because of how you want to get into that Lighthouse area. You want to hunker down on that point, and then once you've secured yourself on the point, be able to spread out just a little bit more. But as this is the semi-pro division, there is definitely room for them to sort of mess around with what the metas are when it comes to running comps. We have seen a lot of single tank comps being played out here. We have seen a lot of Divas and Ryans, but you can never really go wrong with the Zarya Ryan. But 12 seconds on the clock, still very early to give sort of any inclination of what the teams are running. They are still changing it up, but it does seem like Syndicate will be running dive, while we are seeing sort of a mixed dive with the Diva and Ryan on Making Plays. But an interesting choice on Making Play side is the Ana, which I am always excited to see on the field.
There's also a Doomfist from Bob, which is very interesting too, because you usually don't see that in what we're playing out here. But we're gonna have our first attack in the Ana for Making Plays on Alakaban, really taking out Shvigity over there. I have no idea how to pronounce that one.
Shvigity, I think.
Shvigity, there you go. Shvigity goes down to the hands of Alakaban, and right now it is looking good for Making Plays, because that takes care of the Mercy for a little while until that Mercy comes back. That's 4 people on the point though, and Making Plays shows up pretty well here in the second round. They're gonna show up here with their first strike on the point.
Definitely, it was Alakaban who got that initial pick, which really put Syndicate in a bad position without their Mercy. But now they're already pushing on the point on multiple sides, sort of just Making Plays, trading kills right now. But they're giving them well enough pressure to push them on this point.
And right now, this Doomfish trying to work hard, getting Bob's going to take down Super Juice, so that's a huge Tracer kill down. And it's just I guess it's just a push and shove battle, but it looks like right now Syndicate's going to win this battle. Transcendence is already going to get popped by Yams, and now Bob's going to pop off that the Meteor Strike, try and see if he can land on the Zenyatta in time. But really, this Doomfist that's coming out from Bob right now, really not the best pick, but certainly being the good one for Making Plays right now, as Syndicate almost halfway to taking over the point. Boss Bomb's going to come out and clear out the point, basically. Bob's the only one left. Takes down Super Juice, and also takes down Lucio, so this is going to be a good defense from Bob right now.
It might be a little bit of a Cassius curse right there, saying that Boomfist isn't the choice, especially with what they're running into a dive comp. That is a perfect DPS pick that you want, especially when you have a very aggressive player like Bob. I lost track of the amount of kills there, but he almost single-handedly held on to that point with the help of Intense Derp back there. The Nano from Alakaban really solidifying their hold on that point. And Syndicate's in a bad position right now, 73%. They weren't able to fully capture the point because of Bob on that Doomfist.
And we're already going to see now, here comes the Rocket Barrage come out inside, but Juka's right there to stop Flub of anything going. And so pretty much all the ult's going to be used. Bob has that Meteor Strike as well as the Self-Destruct from Blue. And Dylan's going to bring out the Self-Destruct, takes down Alakaban in the process. Now the Self-Destruct in the middle, trying to clear out anybody. And now the Meteor Strike also gets Super Juice in the meantime. Blue Self-Destruct D-Max Dylan, every ult coming out now. Hot Sauce gonna get the dead eye on Syndicate, so that's gone of any reses or heals. And this is gonna be a very first round for making plays. They hold it on one. Oh, actually, before I say anything,
Not yet.
Not yet, not quite yet. Lucio's gonna be there. And now I think I can say because I don't think anybody else is gonna get there as the Earth Shatter comes out. A full hold from making plays 100-0, and they're looking good so far in round number 1.
Definitely. You know, I don't think Syndicate was really ready to be running into Bob on that Doomfist. You know, aggressive is one thing, but when you have a Doomfist who just refuses to get out of the point like that, and it's very jarring when you don't really have much of a counter to that. They were running the Tracer, but wasn't really able to get much use out of it. You know, Tracer can be a good counter to a Doomfist, as long as they're able to really, the rest of the team is able to single them out. And really, when you're running a Doomfist against a Reinhardt, it's a very interesting choice. Luckily they weren't, but you know, they definitely know now, okay, you know, we're gonna have to really figure out what we're gonna do to if Bob is running on that Doomfist again. On well, we are seeing Orisa Hog on both sides. Sorry, not on making plays, my bad. They are running a D.Va, but on Syndicate side, definitely running the favored pick for this point, also with the triple tank. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they can put down or prevent Bob from really picking the team apart like he did on the Doomfist.
So two very interesting picks from Bob, but the first one worked out well in making plays favor, so we'll see if the Bastion is the better pick here. But right now it looks like Syndicate's going to have themselves the advantage as Juka's going to bring down a double kill on Lucio and Flub. So right now it's going to be Juka going to be on fire here, supposedly coming in, and yes, there it is. Juka's on fire, and that double kill helping out making plays, and they're going to have themselves the first strike here on the wall.
And now we can see perfectly clearly why Orisa Hog is such a popular tank setup for this map. The hook, as well as the Halt, I'm pretty sure as it's called, is just such a deadly combo. There's so much possibility for environmental kills here. Luckily, Syndicate isn't running the Pharah because they'd be running up into Hot Sauce, who's just been deadly on this McCree. Already has his Deadeye, not a single ult on Syndicate's side, but they have had to switch around their comps. But Schmiggity just getting that Valve. But they're running into 3 ults on making play side, and they're already hitting 30% on the board. So they really need to figure out, okay, we need to shut Bob down and we need to shut Juka down.
And really, it's going to be just Juka showing up right now, getting another kill there. And now we're going to see if Bob can get defended here. They're going to have not a pulse bomb just yet. And now we're going to see who plays out defended as well. Here comes the configuration tank from Bob. You're going to see, and also a power booster out. So Bob's going to have himself an easy time getting kills. Shavigity's going to go down by the hands of Juka one more time. And that's going to be pretty much a team kill. Blub and Yam's the only ones to survive that last team fight. So Syndicate's got to back him one more time. But 60% of the way and making plays looking absolutely wonderful coming into this round.
Exactly, and they're already pushing well up past the point, not giving Syndicate the chance to get set up and get ready. They are running dive, a full dive comp into making plays right now, so they really need to coordinate their dives well. They need to figure out, okay, we can't go straight for the killers because they have Bob shutting that down. So we need to go after Bob and we need to go after Juka. Cut down that front line so that you can easily slice through to the back area.
Alright, so now we're going to see in the background here, we're going to see the self-destruct go right behind. They're going to move, and Intense Derp is going to be caught in that self-destruct. So, and Lucio's going to take down Bomb, so advantage on the damage going towards Syndicate. So we may very well see Syndicate's first strike here on a point. We're going to see Blub in the background try to get anything on Juka right now. 3-on-1 in favor of Syndicate. So this is going to be Syndicate's first take here on the point with 99%. So no time, no mistakes here. They flip the point, but they can't make a mistake here. Otherwise, it's making plays to win.
Exactly, and so far in this series, we haven't seen them able to fully get the point and fully get set up on it. So they are down when it comes to that position of the hold. But now we're seeing Juka off of the Orisa onto the Winston, definitely going for more of a dive comp on making play side. Bob onto Doomfist, definitely excited to see that coming back out. And Deadeye from Hot Sauce taking out, so both healers are down on Syndicate side, and the Dragon Blade's coming out to counter that.
Dragon Blade's going to come out, but Blub is going to go down at the same time, so that's not very good for Syndicate right now. They're going to have a fight on the point as the primal rage comes out from Lucio. Oh, and Lucio actually knocks Bob out of play, so that's a huge kill from them, so that could very well hold off Syndicate for a little while until their team comes back, and here they are right away. But until Lucio might go down here, and that's going to be the case. Shavigity's going to maybe try for the risky res. That's not going to be there, so he's going to fly back to the sealer road. Yeah, it's going to be a fight, though, here. It could be very well the final fight if making plays does get this point. And now the Valkyrie is going to get popped from him intense derp, so this is going to just be a battle here. Going right across that hole. Pulse Bomb gets hot sauce in the background. Advantage Syndicate right now in a 2-to-1 advantage. Self-destruct in the background, not going to get anybody there. So Blue's going to have to really reset for the mech here. And now it's going to be, it's going to be Dylan that's trying to get his reset here. And I think Dylan just gets suicided there. It's going to be the flip for making plays. Right now it's going to be Syndicate trying to clear out the point. Self-destruct tries there. It's going to clear it out. Not in time. Super Juice is right there to bring it back. And this is just a fight of will and a fight of strength here. No more ults. Juka's going to be the only one left to try and hang on to this point with a Primal Rage. We'll see if that comes out. Oh, and making plays. Coming in, holding on the point. Going to push back Dylan. And it's still, Dylan pops out of the place you want to DMEC. Not the place you want to DMEC, but that's it for overtime. Lucio not able to get there, and it's making plays that's going to take this home 2-0 here on Ilios.
You know, Syndicate was definitely making smarter pushes that time around. They were taking hot sauce out of the fight, and if you can at least take down one of the DPSs, and you're only leaving Bob in the fight, that at least gives your team a little bit more breathing room. But again, we're seeing this just insane hold by Bob. Most of the team that he's playing up against right here was all the enemy. Just, whew.
And Bob with that, and you can see that Bob, and a lot of those objective kills coming from the point in Ilios, which is really good, and you can tell why he's winning that card right now, because he is just showing off why. And Juka on that Orisa, 3 environmental kills, impressive enough already. And so now we move on to the second map. We're gonna switch on over to the map. It's Watch Point Gibraltar coming up next, so I guess we have, if our producer / analyst wants to come in here, Cajun Wise Guy, what did you see that game?
Well, making plays is dominating on multiple fronts. It's not just Bob, but they're dominating on the tank play. And Syndicate simply, right now, they're really having a tough time pushing through making plays tanks, and they're buying space. And what do we say? What is buying space? People say this all the time. It's buying time. The making plays tanks are buying so much time that it allows Bob and the whole team to just rotate around the Syndicate team and just do their job, because they can't really do this. You know, when you have a Bastion on second point and you can't knock him out and he's fairly static, your tanks are doing a great job. So for Syndicate, they've got to reorganize and say, look, yeah, dive against making plays may not be the best approach. You may have to go slow, run more death ball, or go a lot more burst damage, bring out the Junkrat, bring out the Hanzo, bring out the Widow, you know, something that when you get your chance can really have an impact.
And definitely, and you know, that is something that, you know, Syndicate's gonna have to really pay attention to as they're going into Watch Point Gibraltar, because this is a very popular dive map. You know, with the first and second points definitely are points that you really need to make sure that you're not letting the team on defense getting set up and able to counter any pushes that you're throwing out, because the second that the team on defense is set up, it becomes exponentially harder to push through that defense, especially with the defense that we're seeing making plays around. And as you said, the tank line that Making Plays is putting forward is, again, nothing to scoff at. We've been talking about Bob a lot, but again, Juka with that on that main tank role and Blue on that off tank, they're coordinating extremely well. They were really smart with their switches off of the Orisa. Even though it was working well for Juka, they weren't getting the utility out of it anymore, and Juka made that decision to switch to Winston, which gave Making Plays the ability to be a lot more mobile and a lot more active in their offensive pushes.
All right, well, with that, we're going to move on to our second map here. Watch Point Gibraltar are in the second map here in the 3-game series, and this is going to be very interesting. Like you said, very dive-happy map here in the island of Watch Point Gibraltar. Very open to a lot of strategies, but we're going to see what Making Plays and Syndicate here has to offer. This is going to be this is the escort map that's either very popular to ban or very popular to pick, just like Kings Row and a hybrid map is very popular to pick or very popular to ban. So we're going to see which side of the area that these two teams want to be in.
Exactly. You know, when it comes down to plays that teams can run out here, it really just depends on who's making the shots or who's calling the shots on the defending team, because when you drop down on this first point it's extremely crucial, because if you're just a little bit too late, then they're able to get far enough behind you and push that payload all the way through to the end. But if you put jump down too early, they're able to shut down that counter push and then push the payload even further while your team is still staggering to get the spawn set up. But on the defending side from Making Plays, we're seeing a pretty similar comp to what they just ran on Well in Alios. We're seeing Juka on the Orisa, Bob on the Bastion, which again is an interesting decision, Blue on the Diva, Hot Sauce on that McCree, Alec Caban on the Ana, and Intense Derp on that Mercy. You know, still an interesting choice when it comes to healing, but they haven't had much of an issue when it comes to, you know, a deficit in healing. And especially with a lot of changes that are coming to Ana with the additional healing to her Nano, it's, you know, we're probably going to be seeing a lot more of Ana play, even at lower levels, or even at lower elo levels that aren't, you know, semi-pro, where, you know, these are essentially the best of the best that OTC has to offer.
All right, well, here we go with our first attack. Syndicate going to try. Bob is already going to come out swinging with his attack. Now, Blub is going to try and get in the background here with that Sombra. And Sombra really not a popular pick. Sombra's going to get the hack on Bob right away, though, so that's going to save some face here for Syndicate. But Blub already punished by the hands of Juka. So right now, we're just going to see how far this payload can be pushed already as Syndicate losing players to start off. They're going to get at least underneath because Lucio's going to protect the payload underneath. But here comes the entire team of Making Plays, and Lucio knows better than that to take on the 5v1. He's going to back up, so the payload's going to stop for a little while underneath in the underneath tunnel. But it's just going to be right now Syndicate trying to reset and know what Making Plays has.
Exactly. You know, Blub on that Sombra, again, it's an interesting choice, especially with the changes that have come to her recently. You know, indefinite invisibility as well as the indefinite translocator. It definitely offers more play in, you know, for a Sombra. Just going to come down to if Syndicate can mesh well with that playstyle, and if they can really capitalize on that EMP, if Blub is able to build that up enough. But Yams and Dylan knocking out 2 players on Making Play side, so that's giving them the ability, the opening that they need to push on this point if they're able to knock Bob out.
And right now you're going to see Super Juice also with that Widowmaker, see if they can get any kills. I think Super Blue is right there to try and take down Super Juice. But in the meantime, 2 very big kills for Syndicate, and this is going to be advantage for them. They're all stuck in that little corner right now. Transcendence is going to be popped out by Yams to give his team some time to heal. Bob's going to get rezzed up by Intense Derp after being taken down. And so right now this payload's going to move even further, but the good news is for Syndicate, they're keeping them in that corner, which is right now good for them because the payload's going to move. Bob's going to get 2 kills, though, make that 3 on Dylan. So that's 3 kills for Bob on the Bastion. 3 of the last 4 for him. And right now it's going to be Making Plays, making those good plays for them. And they're going to have to back up as Blue takes down Super Juice to clean up house. So Syndicate's got to reset. Making Plays with a good defensive hold.
You know, that was a really fantastic play by Intense Derp right there. If they weren't able, if Making Plays didn't get that res off on Bob, Syndicate definitely would have been able to push through and just knock the rest of Making Plays out of the fight. But when Intense Derp went for that res and brought Bob back into the fight, that turned the tide back into Making Plays' favor and pushed Syndicate off the point.
EMP's going to come out as well as the self-destruct. Not in time as they get behind the wall, but it does get Juka, so Dylan's going to have a kill, so this may be good. Nano Boost is going to go on Bob at the hands of the Ana Alakabon. It goes down to the hands of Lucio. Self-destruct comes in, and the Deadeye as well takes down Lucio, as well as D-Max Dylan, so Hot Sauce has 2 kills in a row so far. And Bob's just going to clean up house here. Blue's going to take down Super Juice in the background of the Widowmaker, and the Zenyatta from Yam is going to back up at this point. Oh! Actually, we have still a Sombra in the background, but I believe Blub is going to go down as well by the hands of Blue. So a good defensive hold once again by Making Plays. Syndicate uses 2 ults there, and it's not going to be enough to take over the point. Lucio, the only one with an ultimate left to go, and 2 ults on Making Plays side.
You know, Yam's almost getting that Transcendence, but they're not really, only response they're really going to be able to use that up to is Bob using that tank configuration. But a minute, Athena just letting us know, a minute left on the clock. Syndicate's only going in with 2 ults, as you said. So, you know, they really going to have to figure out who they can knock out of this fight and stop Intense Derp from getting those reses off.
Blub tries to hack Bob, but that configuration tank ain't going anywhere. That's getting a 1, 2, and 3. Suck somebody. What a play from Bob. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4 kills coming from him already. He's got 4 of the last 6. That's an entire team kill. Syndicate's got no answer for Making Plays because they are making all the correct plays right now. And Syndicate's got to find a way to push through here. Final 20 seconds left to go. 1 ult left to go on both sides, and that is the self-destruct. Syndicate's just no answer finding the dial tone on the phone right now.
Exactly. 15 seconds left on the clock. Bob on fire very clearly after that last push. Making Plays is sitting in a good position right now. Syndicate's really going to have to struggle to get onto this point. They're not going to have any ults in their corner, so it's going to come down to these inner ult fights while they can at least try and contest and build up ults. on this point.
We're gonna have to try the hack from Blood, but once again, not successful. So Blood's gotta find another way to try and get the hack. Self-destruct's gonna quick try on the point. That's gonna get 2 kills. That should be gonna get Dylan. So both 2 kills are huge. Now this is making plays time to shine. Dylan gets the self-destruct on D-Mech on the blue, but Blood's gonna try the last chance on the hack. It's not gonna work. The EMD goes nowhere, and again, it's gonna be making plays, shutting down Syndicate. So all they have to do is get it a few meters by, and making plays has themselves to win at least on the series 2-0 before we head to the third map.
I mean, the first point hold on Gibraltar is definitely very intense to not only run up against, but to defend on. And we're seeing fantastic plays on both sides, but a lot of better communication and better positioning on making play sides. Intense Derp and Alakaban are definitely doing a phenomenal job keeping their team alive. The reses coming out from Intense Derp are not being punished by Syndicate, and that is a important thing that they really need to focus on. Is when they see that Mercy is vulnerable in that animation of res, they really need to shut that down, because if they were able to shut the res down on Bob, they would have been able to get that first push in. But ever since they weren't able to get that res off, Intense Derp has basically just been able to run around and get reses off without much of a care, because the rest of making plays is able to communicate well, and that's extremely important when you're running Mercy. Who wants to get those aggressive reses off, is you need to communicate with everyone on the team, not only your tanks and your other healer, just so if the tank isn't nearby, the DPS can come in and sort of put some pressure on the team and not let them get set up and shut down the res.
And if I could jump in here real quick, we go back to burst damage. Making plays is just running a ton of burst damage. However, Syndicate, what do they run? They run the Monkey, tickle damage, Diva, tickle damage. They really only have the McCree that could do anything close to burst damage. So when they got in these engagements, they're running into a team that's set up for anti-dive, yet they never swapped off anti-dive. I mean, they never swapped off the dive configuration.
Exactly. But we do see them running a bit more burst damage now with the Junkrat and Hanzo.
Alright, so we're going to see if that damage does include itself for Bob. Bob's going to switch on over from the Bastion too, so no pirate ship combo, but it's going to be enough because Bob is threatening enough with that Doomfist. So we'll see where he lands up right now. He's going to stay up on the top configuration, so we're going to see if Bob comes out swinging rather with that fist. Hot Sauce already gets the kill on Super Juice, so no chance there, but it's going to get the res. So Shavigity out of a res for the next 30 seconds. This is advantage making plays right now, so Syndicate's got to find a way to call them. As you can see, that golden box right almost at the edge of point A circle. And right now it's going to be Bob trying to lead the charge here and trying to get anything going, but Dylan's going to be right there to shut him down. And it looks like it's going to be advantage Syndicate as Blood takes down Blue as well as the D-Mac. And right now, Juka the only one left to go on the point with this Reinhardt who goes down and has the Super Juice. So Syndicate finally showing up here, gets their first defensive hold, but a minute in, can't say anything just yet.
Exactly. We're seeing both DPS ults on the side of Syndicate, so they're definitely pumping out the damage that they were lacking in these earlier engagements. Super Juice and Blub definitely coming into their own on the Junkrat and the Hanzo. It's working well in their favor. They were able to shut down Intense Derp and Bob early into that engagement and set the stage. But now they have 2.5 minutes. That is a lot of time for making plays. So they really just need to be methodical in these pushes and aggressive only when they're able to really be sure that they can cap this point. Otherwise, Syndicate is going to be in a position to build up their ults a lot faster.
So the payload moves even further now. It's going to get around the first turn, gets underneath the dip. Now the Dragon Strike's going to come down the middle. Both Dragon Strikes are going to come down, and really not going to get anybody as everybody clears out of the point. Now the Earth Shatter comes out from Juka, as well as the Riptire comes out from Super Juice. Going to get Hot Sauce in the background, and it's going to be enough. Now, here comes the Self-Destruct right down the middle. That's going to get Blood, so this is advantage making plays right now, and it's looking good for them. They've got the trade-off that they need right now, as the whole Hog's going to come out. Now the Meteor Strike comes down, gets a double kill on Dylan and Shavigity. That's huge for Bob. And right now, just swinging away, Juka's going to try and clear on Lucio as well as the Hog from Yats as Payload moves up even further. And Blood not in time with a Tracer, and it's making plays that's going to at least win the series here. They take the island of Watchpoint Gibraltar as they lead 2-0 here.
Whew! I mean, I was watching Bob on that Meteor Strike, just feeling just horribly bad for Syndicate as they were grouping up together right before he got that Meteor Strike on them. But Bob walking away with playing the game on Bastion, not sure exactly how I feel about that, but it speaks for itself right there.
Speaks for itself with the tank configuration, so Bob walks away. But look at the cards, though. You're looking at Intense Derp coming in with 10,556 healing, by the way, which is almost half of the damage done taken by the team. So Intense Derp really coming out as a healer for their team. So it's going to be quite interesting to see if Syndicate can save some face here. Kings Row going to be the next map up, but we'll bring in our producer/analyst. Second map, Watchpoint Gibraltar. What did you see in the second round?
Well, I tell you, I mean, what we saw in that Mercy card is a tale of the tape here. Making plays is kind of dominating in tank category, they're dominating in DPS, and clearly they're dominating on the healing aspect. It's like Syndicate, where they're running dive, but they're not picking and choosing the targets in the back line. They're picking and choosing targets that are set up to be anti-dive, and they're not going to be successful in that aspect. So if you're going to stick with dive, you've got to do better target priority. You've got to go in, the diva has to follow the Winston, you've got to jump on the Mercy, and you've got to delete her out of the game. If Syndicate has any shot at this, they've got to put a lot more pressure on their backline, because I don't think they're going to match up much on the tank, and I don't think they're going to match up much on the DPS. So they have to go after the healers. And if you're going to run dive, that's not a bad option, but you got to execute well. You've got to pick your targets right to do that. So that's going to be what we're watching for, is the making plays healers, are they going to stay in the game? If they're staying in the game, making plays should be able to easily pick up a win here on Kings Row.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next map here. Kings Row is our third map to play, and this will be our third and final map of the series. So no, it's not a best of three anymore. Rather, it's going to be a three-map set series for those that don't know, and for those that are just joining us here in Season 5 for OTC. So again, Kings Row, a very popular map to ban, or a very popular map to pick back in Season 4, and is there a reason why?
It definitely comes down to it just being a fan favorite all around. Other than it just being aesthetically beautiful and being featured in one of the original animated shorts for the game, but just the variety of gameplay that you can see on this map. You can see such, almost every kind of comp that we've been talking about today. Deathball, dive, the more of Season 10 meta comp, which I'm not exactly sure has a name. If it is, then I guess I'm just not doing my research. But it rewards all sorts of kinds of play, and especially it comes down to this first point and the amount of routes that the attacking team can take. They can go to the right and they can take the high ground and then crash the point. They can go directly to the left, straight through the hotel and come around on the back line, or they can just go straight through past the statue and run headlong right into the defending team. And same can be said on the defending team. You can take the high ground. You can set up just behind where the point is and holds just right there. And the second that the attacking team is starting to capture the point, you can just poke onto the objective and prevent them from capturing the point. And it really it rewards all different kinds of play, and especially just the variety of different types of sight lines that can be seen. This first portion is very tight quarters. There's a lot of winding and tight areas, and then this next area is really wide and wide open and rewards Pharahs and Widows. But we are seeing a triple tank. We're seeing triple tank on Syndicate side as they're just crashing the point directly.
Triple tank, triple healer, so pretty good switch here for Syndicate so far. Question is it going to work? Bob's going to be on this bastion to deal some damage to the tank, which is working out in their favor so far as they move into the Outer World building. Right now, Syndicate's going to back up in favor, so making plays with a very fast but a very good defensive hold to start off here, and Bob on the bastion very deadly if there's a shield on him. So right now it's going to be looking like Syndicate's going to have some trouble here.
Exactly, and when you're down a main tank, especially running up against the Bastion, that's where you got to call, all right, we need to turn around, reset back up. Even at the risk of Zarya losing a bit of her charge, Syndicate is making smart calls, but they really need to start focusing. As Cajun said, they really need to start focusing. All right, we need to take the healers out. We need to take down any hope that they have of healing through the damage that we're putting out.
And so already they're going to push down Bob already. They're going to go upside, something you usually never see. They're going to come up the stairs and really just push out making plays on the way. Lucio gets the charge and Alakabon to start, and this is looking good for them so far. Dragon Strike's gonna come right down the middle. Hot Sauce gets one. Hot Sauce gets two on Yams and Lucio, so this is looking good for on both sides, really. But it's gonna be a coalescence from Schmiggity winning the battle. Hot Sauce and Blue goes down, and this is gonna be something we've never seen before. Syndicate pulls out the victory here, and they're gonna get their first point of the series. Big Ben strikes four. They have the payload moving.
Yeah, and again, it was a very smart play. Yams popped that speed boost, and a majority of the team, I think Lucio on playing the main tank wasn't able to get on the high ground with the rest of the team, but they were able to push Bob out of position. And the second that he was sort of in, that's the unfortunate part of a Bastion, is if they're not able to get set up behind a shield or just set up in an advantageous position. Recon Bastion isn't, for all intents and purposes, it's nothing compared to the damage output that a setup Bastion can do. So they were really smart in their pushing of that, but now they have to go through this long hallway, which is just a bad position if you're running up against Bob on that Bastion.
Derek Shatter going to come out from Lucio, really not doing anything as it's blocked off by Juka, so a good play there, and this is going to be making plays to win, as basically the two tanks from Blue and Juka just basically pushing back what Syndicate has going for them. They're going to push him back all the way to really underneath the building, and that's going to be another win for making plays. So Syndicate, even with the first point, like you said, long and winding road, 350 on the clock. They may have time, but making plays is making the right plays. They're defending well.
Exactly. We're seeing two tank ults on the Syndicate side, but they are running into 5 ults right now on making play side. This is going to be a very tough push for them. If they can at least get making plays to use up a bunch of their ults and at least just wait out. They have 3.5 minutes, which is more than enough time on this map. They can just get making plays to pop these ults. Oh, Dylan. That's unfortunate.
And we're going to see the self-destruct come out, and that's not really going to get anybody in the background. Does get the D-Mech on Super Juice, so he's got to wait a little while before he gets the mech. So right now, it's going to be another win for making plays. Even though this payload is moving up, what's good for Syndicate is that counter still not moved, or it's good for making plays that counter still hasn't moved and only moves 2 meters at most before anything else happens. Coalescence is going to be brought out from Shabigity in the background, trying to get... Now the configuration tank going to happen here, try and get Super Juice in the background. Bob's going to try and get something in the background. Launches himself up with the first shot. He's going to get Shabigity in the background. Self-destruct. Not going to get anybody there. Yats and Serena Bob. And it's going to be pretty much the end of making plays. So Syndicate has themselves a good push here. Blue's going to be the only one left. Hot Sauce in the background as well. And I don't think against the Brigida and a Reinhardt, rather, that's not going to be a win for Hot Sauce. And that's going to be it for him. And that's going to be it for making plays. Syndicate has themselves a good push.
Yeah, exactly. 90 meters, they have the making plays is going to have time for one more push or defense if they want to go for it. Bob back on the Doomfist off of the Bastion, so he's definitely looking forward to just wreak some havoc into Syndicate's backline and just shut down any hope that they have to continue this push. But that Earth Shatter from Juka, hoping to get some utility out of that.
Dragon Strike gets Yams in the background. Graviton Search going to be brought out as well. Question is the follow-up here. Not going to get really anybody except for Schmiggity, who takes down Intense Derp. Now the self-destruct comes out. Does D-Max Super Juice from Blue self-destruct. So this is going to be another win here for making plays as they push him back. Still not quite yet the second point, but it's going to be enough for making plays to defend a point. So minute 45 left to go on the clock. Syndicate's got to find an answer to extend their time by a minute and a half.
And, with Intense Derp on this Mercy, for those who are paying attention to that last fight, Alakabon on the Ana got 2 of the final hits on Syndicate's players that round, which just means that Intense Derp is putting out so much healing that Alakabon is able to not only get a small amount of healing, but able to do enough damage on that Ana, which is just crazy when you think about it.
Now the Nano Boost is going to come on. Juka right now is going to try and do some damage by swinging the hammer away. The rally comes out, but Glove is down automatically. And it's going to be insane here. Shamigity's going to bring down the Coalescence. Earth Shatter comes down from Juka. Does get one person, but that's pretty much it. Dragon Strike down the middle, clear on the point. Takes down Shamigity in the process. Bob with the Meteor Strike takes down Dylan. And this is going to be the battle for making plays to win here, as Jams is the only one left to go on this point. And we'll see if he can get taken down, try and stagger his team out, but I think Bob is just going to let him go at this point. So Syndicate, again, not being able to take down making plays. They only have 40 seconds left to go. This may very well be the last team fight.
Exactly, making plays, dedicating just about 3 ults to that hold, really, running down their bank, but now they're just about equal, except with Super Juice on that self-destruct, so that's really the only ult that they're going to have going into this push. If they're able to build up their ults, then they're going to be in a good position, but, it's just gonna come down to shutting down Bob and Intense Derp.
And so we're already going to see here, the grab time start right in the middle. Intense Derp, the only one there. Now the self-destruct in the background, see if they can get anybody. That's not going to get anyone for now. It's going to be Syndicate. Now it's going to be a self-destruct in the background as well. This is an entire team wipe right now. Bob is the only one left to go. That's going to be, actually, I think Athena just called team kill. And that's going to be Syndicates to win here. That's everybody on the point. They're going to have 130 to push this to the third point, if that wasn't hard enough.
Whew. I mean, I'm watching this game right now. My heart's pounding. I can't even imagine what's going through Syndicate's heads right now.
Syndicate got a minute. Syndicate in overtime gets the team kill that they need, so they're going to push this payload up between the second and the third point. They've got the first turn, just about the first turn. It's just pretty much going to get pushed back all the way from making plays, but they have to know that there's only a minute left to go on the clock. They don't have time to be resetting. They only have time maybe for 1 or 2 resets at most. Syndicate's got to move.
Exactly. Earthshatter coming out from Lucio.
Earthshatter. That's 3 people going down to the Earthshatter. Now the Dragon Strike right down the middle. That's going to get 1 on Yaps, but it's enough to clear out the point. Hot Sauce goes down. That's pretty much the entire team. Bob is the only one left to go. He's going to back up for his team. So now the payload moves around turn number 1, turn number 2, here on point number 3, and that payload's in the home stretch.
And we're seeing Hot Sauce on the far, definitely a smart choice. He threw out that Dragon, was only able to get a little utility out of it. Now switching to the more burst damage that works well when you're running against the 3-3, getting as much damage out, trying to out-heal or out-damage the healers going in. If it's effective, we'll see right here. They're pushing them off the point, so Bob getting that kill already into this push.
Bob gets the Meteor Strike on Shivigany. Now that's a huge Earthshatter. That's 2 people going down. Yabs and Dylan are both going to go down in the hands of Juka. Juka takes down on the final blow on Dylan. So right now, 5 seconds left to go. Nobody on the point. Yabs and Love, the only one left to go on the point. Self-destruct in the background. Not going to get anybody there. So we head into overtime now. Blub again. Blub and Lucio, the only 2 on the point here to try and hold it off. Making Place has the advantage of the spawn room being right close to the point. Earthshatter's going to get 2 people. Alakamon and Blue both going down. That's going to be enough. Lucio gets 3 of the last 4 kills here. And Yaz is pretty much going to end it here. Only one left is Hot Sauce. And all 3 points in overtime. It's going to be Syndicates to keep Making Place. Athena calls a team kill, and that may very well be the story here in points 2 and 3. Syndicate has themselves 3 points with no time on the clock. Making Place has the door open, but time not on their side.
You know, it came down to the wire there, but we're definitely seeing Syndicate stepping up now. You know, I was, in my head thinking, okay, maybe the 3-3 isn't going to work out extremely well when it comes to pushing this point to the very end. But Syndicate definitely, outplaying my expectations in that fight. Definitely stepping up to what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot more aggressive play from Lucio on that Reinhardt, which is definitely what Syndicate needed. If you have an aggressive main tank, the rest of the team can follow up with that a lot better than when you have a more passive and not exactly, an unconfident main tank. But Lucio has definitely stepped up, put the team, said, all right, I'm setting the pace, follow me in, we're gonna go straight to the point, we're gonna do this, we're gonna take out the main tank, we're gonna push through, and it's definitely working out well for them.
All right, so 45 seconds left on the prepare to attack, prepare to defenses phase. So again, Making Plays may have won the series 2-0 right now, but the third map is still important to try and get that map differential up. Syndicate winning the battle, 3 points. They're up 3-0 right now with Making Plays about to go on the attack. Now, you cannot say anything about the attack. This is what I love about this game. You can't say anything about the attack, but you can say a lot of things about the defense right now. Syndicate's going to keep the 3-3 strategy that they had earlier and going to see if they can play aggressively. They're going to stay, it looks like they're going to actually stay underneath that archway for just, I don't know what they're doing underneath there. Maybe some kind of ritual, either that or they're just grouping up underneath there, or what's going on? Oh, they're just having a dance party over there.
They might be praying to Jeff. I'm not exactly sure.
Not exactly sure what's going on, but now they're going to move on to the point over here. 5 seconds left to go, and now you can see what Making Place is going to run. The standard 2-2-2, and pretty much, again, the same thing that they ran back on their when Syndicate had their attack, and so Making Place is going to be pretty much running the same thing. Now the question is, Making Place has to get 3 points to tie up the game. How much time is left if they get 3 points, or can Syndicate hold them all the way to 2 points and 70.24 meters?
And they're popping out of the hotel right now, trying to counter push, Making Plays, trading perfectly well right now, but Making Plays is going to have to push back after this push.
Syndicate's already got 3 kills so far, make that a DMAC as well from Super Juice. And again, this is going to be the win from Syndicate, so I think something finally snapped with Syndicate. They're looking good right now, and another good hold from them. 30 seconds in, Dylan's got 2 of the last 4 kills, and so Making Plays getting shut down by Syndicate. So Syndicate finally finding the answers here, 45 seconds in, and they have to reset.
Yeah, Blub just about to get Rally right off the bat, extremely quick, but Making Plays is already ready to push back at the point. Hot Sauce off of the Hanzo onto the far out, but Bob on that Doomfist is definitely a deadly DPS combo on Making Play side.
Very interesting strategy from Syndicate. Well, everybody stays in the Otherworth building until they finally see him. And now the Earthshatter are going to come in. Really not going to get anybody, or actually get 3 people in the background, which is huge. So that's going to get Syndicate going here, as they're going to push them back all the way beyond the gate. Now, Hot Sauce is on the Pharaoh, but right now taking him down, it's going to be Shivigity here with that Moira. So a very good counter for a Pharaoh there is going to be that Moira, and Shivigity just sweeps up house, ends the fight. And again, Syndicate going to wait in that Otherworth building until Making Place comes back.
Yeah, you know, right now all Making Place has in their bank at the moment is Bob's Meteor Fist, but at the, you know, near the midway point of this next push, they're going to have more ults than Syndicate. Grab is going to be coming in for Dylan soon, so if they can get, you know, utility out of them, that can shut down this next push. Only grabbing Intense Surf and Blue in it, but it's going to shut down their main healer.
Gonna shut down their main healer, but the Self-Destruct comes out, gets 2 kills on Hot Sauce and Bob. So that's gonna be 2 kills for Super Juice as Wallace and T-Mac on Blue. So this is looking good for Syndicate again, and Super Juice 3 of 3 kills so far. Lucio pretty much gonna sweep up house at this point, and that is gonna be it for the reign of Making Plays in that attack. So only uses 2 ults in that last fight, but still a Meteor Strike and a Self-Destruct for Making Plays. Syndicate though, 5 players on fire. Shavigity's got that Coalescence to use.
You know, Alakabon switching off the Ana, getting, you know, the use out of it that you know, as much as they could, but the Zen is definitely going to come more in handy with that burst damage. Hot Sauce on that Pharah and Bob on that Doomfist. If they can get Discords out and call those out effectively, that's going to shut down this intense defense that Syndicate is running up against right now.
Self-Destruct is going to come out of the background. Lucio's right there to shield, and it's not going to happen for anybody else. Now the Meteor Strike's going to get popped out here. Going to see if Bob, who it lands on for Bob, takes down Shivigity in the background. So this is going to be at least the first take here for Making Plays. Now, or maybe not, because Blub is trying to hold on to me, not even letting them have the first tick. And right now, the Rocket Barrage is going to come out from Hot Sauce. The question is, who's going to get it? Dylan's going to take down the Hot Sauce. Earthshatter comes in from Lucio's going to take down Juka, which is huge. And it's going to be enough, because now it's going to be the sweep. And it's going to be Intense Grip down, Alakabon down as well. And that is it for Making Plays. A minute left to go. Syndicate looking good. 4 players on fire. Yeah, Shivigity and Dylan all with an ult.
Exactly. You know, Bob switching off of the Doomfist onto the Junkrat. Actually, onto the Bastion now. So definitely trying to go back to the... It's just trying to get me to go back and forth now. But a lot of burst damage in Making Plays corners. So they have the ability to out-damage the healing that is being put on Syndicate. They just need to focus, do the exact same thing that we were talking about Syndicate. They need to focus on who's going to be focusing the damage on. But that grab taking down...
Grab takes down 2 people. That's going to be Juka and Blue at the same time. Coalescence comes out from Shivigity. Takes down Alakabon. Still looking for more. That's going to be it. Bob trying to save some base here, taking down Yams, but it's not going to be enough because Making Plays now has to scramble. So it's going to be a little bit of a stagger here. Syndicate's got the advantage. The rally's going to come out from Blub, and here we go. Final team fight as we head into overtime. Self-Destruct's going to be popped off here. Gonna get a triple kill. Somebody else. What a play from Super Juice. 3 kills and the team back on Blue. That's huge. And Syndicate's going to have themselves the advantage. Transcendence is going to be popped up from Alakabon. And so it's a battle of stagger here. Making Place after final try here, but it's going to be Lucio taken down and Super Juice also taking him down as well. The only one left is Blue. Nobody can get to the point on time. And to save some face here in the final map of King's Row, Syndicate takes the crown here and wins this game 3-0. Making Place does win the series though 2-1, but Syndicate gets a point off of this one, winning it all in a very impressive way in a full hold here on King's Row.
Definitely an intense hold, and every single player on Syndicate at the end of that last round was on fire, just showing how much they stepped up to the previous rounds and definitely deserved this win up against Making Plays.
And so what a play there altogether. You can see the cards coming up here, and this is going to be Syndicate's to win here. You can see Shvigity and usually see a Mercy on this card, but no, it's actually the Moira that comes out. 27% of the team damage taken, but let's not forget Blub also with 44 kills, over 60% of the team participation there, and that is wonderful. That's what you want to see out of team plays, and that's what Syndicate did in that last game. So we're going to bring in our producer/analyst to help us wrap it up here for his final analysis of this game. And what did you think of that last game?
I loved what Syndicate did. You know, we mentioned earlier before, what did Syndicate need to bring to the table to go against Making Plays? And that was more burst damage. Not only did they bring more burst damage, but they did it as a team. You saw them, right? They were huddling in a corner, and they would ambush. And there's no better way to get burst damage onto a team than to ambush. You just show up all at once and you're just brawling it out. Because where Making Plays had the distinct advantage in everywhere up to this point was when you would get into these protracted fights. The healing core of Making Plays was unstoppable. You know, Intense was always there, you know, as Mercy keeping everything up, and the tanking core for Making Plays was not going away. So getting into a protracted fight is not what Syndicate wanted to do. You wanted to get into these quick brawly motions, you know, just cause chaos and do it. And that's how you do it. You ambush them. It's like the pirate ship defense, right? If you show up with a pirate ship, how do you get out of that? How do you get a bastion off of the payload? You ambush it, and that's what they did. They constantly ambushed Making Plays, and in that quick 10 seconds, they're able to make the plays. They're able to keep it even. So I loved what Syndicate did. Now, had Making Plays been able to actually capture that first point, I think they would have, you know, gotten some good progress out of it. But that first point is so susceptible, as we just saw, to ambush maneuvers. You can hide in the hotel. You can hide on the top side. You have to come to the point. There's no mystery here. You know, Making Plays had to come to the point, and once you're there, bam, they would just jump on them and just cause a ton of chaos and a ton of damage, and Syndicate walks away with the win here. Keep in mind, you're playing for points. This is not best of 3. So getting a split out of this is not bad. That's a good thing. It goes a long ways towards making the playoffs, especially if you know, they you know, end up being you know, 1 or 2 points. Getting a split is absolutely critical, and that's why I want to tell the audience, this is not best of 3. You're going all out every single match, because every single match has points that count towards your playoff total. So hands off to Syndicate. I think they did a great job. Had they done this a little bit earlier, you know, clearly we saw that they have the capability. This could have gone the other way for Syndicate. So either way, Making Plays walks away with 2-1 victory. Good job to them, and we're going to be seeing them probably later on here in the Group 5 or Group B stage finals. They're going to probably advance here into the playoffs.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up here. So with that, we thank you for watching this presentation of the Overtime Champions community. This was the semi-pro division for Season 5 in the group stage. We thank you guys for watching. It was Making Plays versus Syndicate. Our producer was Cajun Wise Guy on the producer/analyst. Match referee was Quella, and my color was Bryce T. My name is Clutch Key on your play-by-play. Thank you guys for watching. Making Plays may have won the series 2-0. 2-1 rather, but Syndicate comes out swinging, and we're excited for Season 5 coming up. That was round 2 for them. Round 3 coming up.
Man, I need those things.